Well then, hello from the darkness of my room. Hello everybody. Welcome in to all of you wonderful villagers, adventurers, and travelers out there. My name is Churney, and it is wonderful to bring you back in to Mountain Shade Village today. I'm out here flailing at my bots. But we're here. We're doing stuff. It is a whole heckin' day. I am just coming off of a shift from second job, so I am very discombobulated. We're gonna play a little bit of Don't Starve today and hang out and chat and just kind of get into our Thursday today, because I am feeling all kinds of out of sorts, and I want to spend more time with you guys because thanks to this unexpected move, I haven't been able to spend nearly enough time with y'all, and I miss you guys. So I do want to say thank you to World Anvil for the sponsorship, and thank you very much to Apollo for the gift over on Coffee between streams. I know many of you, your schedule has changed, a lot of things are going on, and I always appreciate it when you guys help support even when you can't make it to the streams. It means a lot. So today we got a very short little stream today, just gonna be streaming for like an hour or two to relax a little bit before I have to go talk to people in government buildings and things like that. So, but yes, two lovely folks hopping into the chat this morning, Mr. ADHD Games and the Tipsy Tiger. Both wonderful folks that you should check out and have a look at their content. They both make really lovely streams in two different directions. Talk to people? I don't understand. I know, Vampy. I know. I unfortunately have to go update a bunch of my documentation, so I get to do that this morning. But alas, they don't let me do it all online. I have to do it in person. So what can we do? But we're gonna hop in and play some Don't Starve today because I need something that alleviates some of the existential dread. So obviously, in response to existential dread, we will play Don't Starve together. Which is a game about existential dread. Yes, this game does in fact alleviate existential dread for me. Because, I'll tell you why. It's because I have agency to build and create and explore and do all of the things that we should all be able to do in our real lives every day. And here it's incentivized and gamified and visible progress. And that's very nice. Also, I need to fix the torches this morning. Tipsy, you should be able to collect your regular torch for the day, but I did see that you were trying to get first and the bot did not respond to you. So you should be able to get your regular torch for the day if you haven't already, and then I can update your currency to do the thing. Ow. My shoulder. All right. So, I have a tall bird egg. That's exciting. Ah, yes. This map that is not fully explored. I'll tell you, going from a 700 plus day map to a less than 70 day map is pretty wild. My brain is all woobly about where I am and how much map I should have and everything. It's very... Ah! The Pengulls with the jump scares. Why? Why with the jump scares? Got some twiggy trees up here, though. That's good. Useful. Do I have a torch on me? No. I can make one, though. I can make one, though. Alright, so for now, we want to go out around the edges. This actually looks like a good world for some bridges here. Because there's a lot of places where the peninsula land masses like almost meet up. Which is good. Good for that. Make it a little bit easier to get around from place to place. We are in the first days of winter right now, which means that we are losing health for freezing all the time, but I also don't have a base yet, really, on this world, I don't think. Oh my gosh. My last world didn't have a desert this close by. Neat. I wonder which desert this is. Because there are two styles of desert in Don't Starve. There is one where a particular boss is, and there is a second one. I was afraid that was gonna light. I need this tree to not catch fire. Do not catch fire. There we go. And we will put the ashes into my backpack so that they don't blow away. This is... I'm not sure what which one this is going to be. I don't have a thermal stone yet. And it's not in my list, which means that I'm going to have to prototype it. Which is a bit of a problem. So, I should head back towards base, wherever that was. Base, quote unquote. Where's the florid postern? Over here? Yes, there is my son. So I need to go south a bit and then east from where I'm at. I have lots of food with me though, which is good. The flower petals are in good condition, which gains me back a little bit of health, but there's a road. Let's use the road for 5 seconds. There's some evil flowers over there. And of course the rooks. Those will be important for getting gears. Killer beehive, queen beehive. Where are we at here? Okay. From here, I can go nearly directly across the map. Ooh. Graveyard. As I slowly freeze. So I don't really have much of a base yet. Excuse me, tall bird. Leave me alone. I'm not here for you. It's chasing after me because I'm carrying a tall bird egg. Which is unfortunate for me. Alright, we're gonna go up this way. There's the flock of deer. The flock of deer, yes. I forget what they're called. I would like to fence them. I wonder if that's possible. Here's a question that I have for the developers of Don't Starve Together. Why is it that none of the food, with rare exception, some offer a cooling bonus, but none of the food seems to offer a heat bonus if it's cooked already? Curious about that. Oh, hi, Abigail. Welcome back. There we go. Nice roaring fire. Chester, do you have anything right now? No? I will dry this meat. Let's see what all I can put away in here. There's that. Oh, I can put away some of it. And then we can make a few more ropes to refine. There we go. That's more sensible. Perfect. Perfection. What do we got going in here? Trees. I don't know what I want to do with this ice. I grabbed it because it's winter time and my brain was like, I should make sure that I have that before it's too late. And then, you know, I have nowhere to store it. So then what? Stone, flint. I need more stone. Rip. That's unfortunate. All right. Well, in the meantime, let's clean up the garden here. Talk to the plants, pick the potatoes, do all that good stuff. I haven't found a swamp yet. So I can't make my seed pouches that I have from my mod. It does honestly make gardening so much easier, though, to have. to have that seeds mod. Makes a huge difference. Put some more ratatouille. You just learned that not everyone reads out loud inside their head. This is true. It's a true fact. Not everyone has an internal dialogue either. I should have kept that honey instead of eating it. But we can use ice for filler. Welcome in, Tate! It's so good to see you. How have you been? What are you up to? Alright, well, I don't have a place that I can put these seeds, so... Welcome in, dear. How's things? I cannot even conceptualize not hearing the words you read in your own head. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I could have sworn I left a garden hoe over here. Heck. But it seems I cannot find it. Been good now that it's summer and I don't have meddling kids bothering me all the time with wanting to learn stuff. Now I'm trying to figure out projections, which is the bane of my existence. I feel that strongly. Hopefully you are able to figure it out and get it sorted. But I commiserate with that deeply. That's a shovel. Am I just very silly? I guess so. I guess I'm just very silly. Maybe I broke it before I left the last time. Also possible, I suppose. Do you have any recreational projects that you're getting into, Tate? Anything particularly fun? Well, dear, I'm glad that things can be good, even though you are still on the hunt for a job. Tate, the question I asked you was if you had any, like, fun projects ahead of you right now. Or if the learning about projections was the fun project, or anything like that. But yeah, Vampy, I hear you on the not knowing what it's like to not hear conversation. Or not hear the words that you read in your head. That's very familiar to me. Okay, I think I'll put down the pine cones here, and then I can add that egg to the chest, so I don't have to worry about it just being out. And then I need to go get some stone, apparently, because... I don't have enough stone Whoop, I need a pickaxe, though, if I'm gonna do stone. Good job, brain. Do, 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 do. My current project is projections and updating our CAD lab to Vectorworks 25. I wouldn't say it's fun. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was asking, was like if you had a fun project that you were working on or if it was just work stuff for right now. Because sometimes it is just work stuff. And that's just how it happens sometimes, but sometimes you've got other stuff happening in the background, too. I finished all the fun stuff and now it's just boring work stuff. Yeah. It goes that way sometimes. Hopefully you've got some more projects that will be around the corner, though. I've been doing my best to try and find some good, fun projects for myself, because I have definitely been feeling a lack of them lately. I really want to be able to continue to enjoy my life, even while everything is being weird. And sometimes it's really challenging. But I try to do the best with what I've got, you know? Okie dokie. So, before I make the thermal stone, I gotta remember to drop my extra pickaxes, because I only have one pickaxe that is a 3% pickaxe, and I don't want to waste the other ones that are higher percentage. All right, where is it? Close. Here we go. All right, so we dropped that. We dropped that. Open chest. There we go. And now... an alchemy engine? Heck! How do I not have alchemy engine already? Alright. Well, in that case... I have one electrical doodad here. We can open that. Hounds? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? F and a half. Unacceptable conditions. No. Get him. Get him, Abigail. Good. Bless. That went better than I expected, honestly. Noob, hello, good day. Hello, Zella, as well. Good morning. How goes it with you? I am here. I had a shift for second job this morning. A short shift, thankfully, but still took up my time and energy and brain power. So now we're doing a little bit of Don't Starve to get the brain going. And then I have to go to the municipal office, city hall, something, somewhere. I gotta go somewhere and give them papers so that they can give me different papers. And then it'll all be okay. Oh, blueprints! Every time I see blueprints, I wanna try playing it. Because I grew up on like the Myst series. So the idea of playing blueprints sounds amazing. I need it in my life. It's, they put it on sale recently too, didn't they? Children wrangling, so I'm a little behind this morning. I have to reach out to the county I was born for a long-form birth certificate. Blech. But good on you for doing your passport stuff. I'm proud of you. Very good. 70 degrees F in my house. Amazing. That's a huge improvement from yesterday. Hi, Knob Knob. Good to see you. It's a very cool game, but my note-taking app has exploded with the amount of things that are happening. Yeah, I've heard that it's a very note-heavy game, which for me sounds phenomenal. But I know that some folks have some reticence with it. Love the concept. Yeah, like I saw it the first time and I was like, ooh, this is right up my alley. I would freaking love this game. So, the one that's still getting me, though, is Oblivion Remastered. Because I've been recommended to play Oblivion so many times. And after having played Skyrim, I just didn't want to go back in terms of quality of life improvements that you got from Skyrim and the new engine. New. It's not new anymore, but it was new at the time. And so I was just really hesitant to go back and play the original Oblivion. And so now Oblivion is remastered and now I want to play it. But I have to be reserved about my money expenditure right now. So it's on sale on CD Keys right now, which if you guys are looking and shopping for games, I am an affiliate on CD Keys, so that's an easy way to buy something you were going to buy anyway and help support a creator. But the sale that's happening on Steam right now is cheaper than the sale that's happening on CD Keys. And I was like, man, dang it. But either way, it's out there. And it's still a little bit pricey for me right now because I have to, like, drop a whole bunch of money on having a parking pass for my new neighborhood and stuff. But maybe I'll be able to get a copy. But that's the one that really has my eye right now is Oblivion. There's so many good games out right now, though. I'm like, is it time? I want the dopamine. All right. I need more logs. I need more logs. So we're going to do that. And I think if I do... Yeah, that fire pit isn't going to do it for me. So where is going to be the best place for me to go harvest some wood? Up that way. So we will go up this way. And then chop some trees. Hopefully. Oh, come on. Really? I couldn't even chop one tree before the sun went down? Rude. Oh, I should have brought a shovel, huh? That's alright. But I need a bunch more boards for the alchemy machine. Now I'm cold again, of course. That's what I get for it being winter. I'm actually going to hang on to that rot for now because I want to go get the grass tufts that I transplanted to be growing again. So we'll plant some trees in the meantime. Do 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 do. I suppose I could convert these boards while I'm sitting here. It's almost the end of the evening. So I am going to... Perfect. Perfect! I was like, I am going to walk away, but the sun came up at the perfect time. Select these carrots here. Collect from the drying rack. Talk to all of the plants. That is a weed. That is a forget-me-lots. Come on, potato plant. This one little potato plant is still a seed. Okie dokie. So, now, can I make an alchemy machine, please? Maybe. Prototype. Perfect. Chester, you're in the way. My son. My child. Okay. Now the alchemy machine will be close enough. And hopefully. Finally. Bliss. So now, toss this charcoal in here, and we should be able to heat the thermal stone. I will equip this shovel so that we can get rid of the dang weed that's over here. Get rid of that guy. Fertilize this guy. Nice. Not too shabby. All right, so then what do I have to do next? Is it time to explore, maybe? It might be time to explore. Although, I don't think I have... Yeah, I don't have any of my fires preloaded here, so let's do a little bit of that to start. These pickaxes over here, those are the ones that are going to turn into thermal stones at some point. Because there is never a time that I do not need a thermal stone. These look like full growth trees. And I'm going to run out of axe here before I get through there. Yes, we're doing a little bit of stream today. Going for a little bit longer. Hello, Purple Kara. How we doing today? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well, or at least as well as you can hope for. Do, 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 do. Get these stumps out of here. Sapling out of the way. What kind of trees are they? Because a lot of trees grow in different environments. Depending on a lot of factors. A small, tall tree. I feel like that could be a lot of things. Well, if it was transplanted, there can be a lot of shock to a tree that happens that's not necessarily water related. So it depends what's going on. As to what might be needing attention, you know? No water was given after planting? That seems highly unlikely. Usually the folks that do, especially municipal planting, are pretty well versed in the needs to at least start the trees. Hi, Sarah! Welcome in. Thank you for the reminder to hydrate. Mm-hmm. Trees that get root bound can be very hard to get going. All right, where was I gonna go? Was I opening up more map space? Is that what I was doing? Okay. Plant some trees here. And then... Get him, Abigail. Well, that's certainly something that you can do. It's not likely to hurt a tree. Takes a pretty hefty amount to actually overwater a tree. Vengeful Spirit is so rewarding for me. I love it as a skill. I don't know, though, if there's a way to reassign my survivor skills. Is there a way to rework your skill tree as a specific survivor in Don't Starve Together? I'm not sure. Oh, I went right past the florid postern. Good job. Forgot what I was doing. Sarah, how's things with you? What's the news? I haven't been able to stream like normal, and I feel like I'm falling behind on everybody's updates. I am sad. Ouch. It's your weekend! Congrats! That's awesome. 2 days in a row? I'm doing... We're getting by. We're getting some things set up. You know, it's... Life is challenging right now, but we're making the best of it. Overall, I have work to do today in terms of going into town and getting a bunch of paperwork and spending a bunch of money that I don't want to spend for things that should just exist. But it'll be good to have those things done. I have to buy a street parking pass. I have to buy new plates for my car so that I can get my car moved. I have to show proof of residence at the post office so that I can get my mail forwarded. There's something I'm forgetting that I don't know what it is. But yeah, busy day. Busy day today. But we're getting by. Exactly, Sarah. You know what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm saying. So, you know, all things considered, we're getting along. We're doing our best. And it's going to be all right. I am tired and sore, and that can stop any time now, but beyond that, life is pretty okay. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. It's just getting out there to do it. That's the step I'm at right now, is just plugging along through stuff. I was able to do a bunch of my change of address online, which expedited a lot of the process. But there's a lot of like, we need proof of your new residence. Which, you know, being as I'm not renting from a traditional landlord right now, there had to be a moment of like, okay, what do we need for that documentation, you know? But we're getting there. What's stinky? What? Because I feel like I'm talking about like how well things are going. What about the mail stuff? Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not unusual. It's kind of a pain, but it's not unusual. Could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. So I will take it for now. Leaked prism. Leaked prism. Why? Why in the name of Bog? Goodness. Goodness. I had the same face. Yeah. Yep. It's rare that you get to use that one. Yeah. Abigail's at full health, so I may as well have her out. All right. Let's walk back towards that peninsula that I'm trying to get to. Yay! I am glad that your air conditioning is performing as anticipated. That's very important. What do you want, tall bird? Go away. There we go. Okay. Ooh, there's a road over here. Let's go grab these 2 trees and then get the road. That's good. It's good that the temperature is evening out. It's been very temperate here, which has meant that my basement has been very chilly, which, like, helps me sleep a little bit, but it does leave me a little bit sore during the day. So I'm looking forward to getting my, what's the word? My space heater installed again. Because that'll help me, even out the temperature down here. We set up a dehumidifier yesterday, so that has evened things out really nicely as well. Oh man. Yeah, no dew on my face this morning. Thank goodness. It's much more normal this morning. I'm a little nervous, honestly. Like, I have the big pack out tomorrow. Big pack out is tomorrow with my insurance appointed moving company. And in the middle of the move, I have an appointment with the cleaner who's going to be taking my clothes and accessories that were impacted by the smoke. And firstly, I have never had somebody come and pack up my stuff as an adult. When I was very young, like 6 or 7, we had a moving company come and pack up my stuff and my family's stuff to move from Indiana to Iowa. But I haven't had to, like, orchestrate a moving company on my own in my adulthood yet. So I'm a little nervous about how the move is going to go. And I'm a little nervous about having enough staged space for all of the boxes and everything and all of my furniture that's coming. So I'm hoping that it goes well. I don't have to pay any gold coins to the cleaner. It's covered by insurance. So consider it a favor. You goober. Also, what was the gold coin? I remember the silver coins. Yeah, there was a fire. It was started in the unit below me, and it traveled up the wall, and impacted my unit. Really? You absolute jerk. And now there's a fire. Come on. No, there goes all my stuff. Because I died right on top of the campfire. I'm so mad.
Our modest fellowship expands. Praise the sub.
Okay, so I
Dumb ways to die.
truly.
So many dumb ways to die.
Truly. But yeah, so there was smoke damage in my apartment, and on top of having to be out for the repairs, it's sounding like my apartment is going to change hands, and so everybody has to be out by end of the month. So I can't even have temporary residence somewhere and return to my old lease, because my old lease will no longer be a thing. Sarah, thank you very much for the resub. Almost a full year. Thank you so much for the support. So here's the thing, noob. The anticipated repairs for my apartment building are likely to take 6 to 12 months. And because of the extent of the repairs and the potential cost to my landlord is looking to sell the property. So because he is looking to sell the property, it would nullify our existing contract because the property itself would be changing hands. Yeah. It's a longer estimated time frame than I was originally told, too. So yeah, it's a mess. The whole thing is a mess. And it's made it impossible for me to go back to my original apartment. So I'm not sure how everything is going to shake out. I'm probably going to be moving twice in the span of a year. Which is part of the reason why this month's coffee goal is higher than usual. Because I have moving costs, I have establishment costs in my new village that I have to get taken care of. Like, I have to buy a brand new parking pass for a new area that costs more than the old area. And I have to, I have to do a whole bunch of upkeep that otherwise I wouldn't have to take care of right this second. And I could have set aside funds for a little bit at a time. And suddenly it's all very urgent to get done. Well, I mean, noob, I wouldn't be able to stay in the apartment as is because they have to, like, tear apart a bunch of it. And, like, the water has been off in my apartment since the fire. Because the downstairs apartment had the water turned off at the time. And they haven't been able to actually repair the plumbing that was being repaired at the time of the incident. So it's not just the US is screwy, which I'm not denying that it is, because it absolutely is. But it's also the specifics of the event that happened. Yes, that's a great way of putting it, Nom Nom. I don't think my landlord intended to sell, though he was considering it because the particular property that I am in is not great for him to manage, and he inherited the responsibility of that property. So, like, he has other properties that are closer to him that are easier for him to manage. And this one is kind of farther away and therefore harder for him to manage. Where am I going? This way. No, the tenant below, as far as I know, does not have any at fault for the situation because it was a different contractor who was doing work in the apartment. However, I was the only resident in the building who had renter's insurance, which was a bizarre thing to be aware of. Due to a cruel twist of fate. So what do you mean that's a little stranger insured? I mean, everyone should get renter's insurance. If you don't have renter's insurance, I encourage you to have it. Encourage you to get it. I have no responsibility for anybody else's being insured. So there was, and like, heaven knows what everybody's actual coverage was. I have, for who I am as a person, like as an insurable entity, I have more insurance than most people do because I have invested a great deal of money into highly valuable assets. So I went to the trouble of insuring myself for those things early on. Over here, my aunt and uncle's rented house burned, and the landlord was required to fix it or make sure that they had a new living space, including moving cost. Yes, and so what happens here in the U.S., by comparison, is the landlord is responsible. The landlord's insurance is responsible for some things, depending on it being at fault. Like, if the contractor is the one at fault, then the contractor's insurance, like business insurance, would cover the what you're doing. Would cover the at fault cost for things. So like my insurance, I am insured. So my insurance goes through the process of going to the landlord's insurance, going to the at-fault party's insurance, collecting money from them, and recouping the cost of anything that I have to pay out of pocket, and recouping the cost of anything that they have to pay that's covered by my insurance policy. So it's the same, except that there's a third party involved being the insurance. That's the clarity there. So yes, the landlord is responsible for making repairs and making sure that that's in place. And has some responsibility in terms of making sure that we are set up with a place to live, but not in the same way as like getting us a hotel to stay in, right? It is up to my insurance to take care of getting a hotel for me to stay in. However, I encourage everyone to take the time to make an inventory for yourself. There is something that you need doing insurance that I was not aware was a necessity until I was in the midst of a crisis. And it is a personal insurance inventory. You can go online and find templates for this for yourself. The basics that you need to include are purchase date, make, manufacturer, purchase location, and item description. Sometimes they ask for an item like number, like if you're ordering something, what the actual like model number or whatever it might be. So it depends on your specific insurer what all the information is that they need. But I encourage you to take a little bit of time here and there and fill out a personal inventory for yourself. Because trying to do it when you're in the middle of a crisis is less than ideal. And you will thank yourself later for having it. But yeah, get insurance. And if you're staying with someone else, you can even get insurance, like, for your belongings in their house. Like, their household insurance might not cover your liability, right? So, like, if someone's house gets broken into and you exist there, right? Their insurance might not cover your belongings. But renter's insurance or similar insurance can cover your belongings in someone else's house, even if you are not under a lease. Yeah, a lot of corporate-based rental entities require that tenants have renter's insurance. Exactly, Nob Nob. Yeah, my landlord that I had was a single party owner with like 5 properties or something. A very small number of properties. So it was an individual. It's either claimable or itemized, where from my understanding, itemized is for when you have stuff significantly more expensive than the default. Yeah. So that's, for us here in the US, at least under my insurance, that they're 2 separate insurance policies. So like my renter's insurance covers basic stuff in my apartment, but if I had a high-end computer, if I had, you know, like a significant amount of up-to-date gaming consoles and stuff, I would want a separate policy specifically for replacing my electronics and making sure that that was taken care of, as opposed to trying to cover all of that under a bulk policy that has a specific cap on it, right? So there's stuff for that. There's stuff for high-end artwork. There's specialized policies for things like that. What was I doing before all of this happened? I was exploring this little area, I think. Okay, let's go that way. Yeah, I need to update my renter's insurance policy, make sure that's all up to date. I have so much that I need to do. I went through last night when we ended up with an impromptu co-working stream last night in the Discord. And I was updating my residence and mailing and billing addresses a bunch. And I was able to do a good portion of all of that, which was great. But I still have some other things that need updating, and I need a new copy of like my renter's insurance policy now that it's different and all of that kind of stuff. So had a policy at the old place. We had to cut so many corners and it just got left behind. Yeah. And it's one of those things that like you don't need it until it's too late. And that can be frustrating in its own right. But it's something that when I was sort of weighing my options, because I am also on a very limited budget, that I was like, I know that for me, the peace of mind is going to be worth the hardship. And I got very lucky that that was the choice that I made, because it could have gone very differently for me. So, if you think it's not going to happen to you, do what you can to make sure that you take precautions, because I can only imagine my stress levels if I hadn't done that for myself. Yeah. And like, I understand feeling guilty about that, but also moving forward with the knowledge that you have is the only way that can go away, in my opinion. You know, like, if you dwelling in that place of I could have, I should have, I didn't, look at what I've done, you know, like, it doesn't allow you to feel any better in the moment. It doesn't leave you prepared in any different way. So, as much as I deeply understand the guilt and regret that can come from not having taken care of it in the past, the only way to really make that go away is to fix it for the future. You know? That's my thought on it. That's my 2 cents on that. Because it's hard. It's hard to anticipate all of the things that could go wrong. But if you move forward with the knowledge that you have, things can still get better. You know? So in Don't Starve Together, can you eventually make a boat for some water features? Yes, you can. You can make a lot of different boats. Well, is it worth the punishment? I guess, is the question. If the only option is pain, is it worth the punishment? Are you getting something out of it by staying in the regret? Ow, my neck. All right. Oh, I don't have a shovel anymore. What am I doing? Chaos. Anarchy. All right. Make some roasted potatoes.
It's fine. It's fine.
It is fine. Honestly, though, like, I have gone through all of the stages of grief many times over at this point. And the thing that I have realized is that as long as I continue to allow myself to see what's in front of me, to see what's possible, to see... Arden! That's amazing. Arden says, Tipsy, you're not Catholic anymore. You don't have to feel guilty about everything. Oh, dang, Catholicism. But yeah, like, it feels weird sometimes to let myself feel happy about the move, to feel relieved that I have a place to sleep, to feel like things are moving in a positive direction when it feels like so much has gone wrong that I couldn't even control. But I have to acknowledge for myself that this is the best and really only way that I can move forward in a difficult time. You know? And no matter what choices I made, no matter what mistakes I made by not planning ahead, by not setting aside a rainy day fund, by not, you know, whatever it was, whatever choices I made and the consequences that were rendered, it's going to be okay, you know? And I can prevent that hardship and that pain in the future by taking action now. And drawing that connection is really important for my own mental well-being and for my ability to do anything. You know, if I don't let myself recognize that progress is happening, if I don't let myself move on, then I will end up in the same position. If my focus is entirely on regret, I will just end up in the same position that I'm in now, or worse. So it feels weird sometimes to let myself have some joy in an objectively difficult time, but if I don't let myself have some joy in what I've accomplished, then I will just feel shitty forever. You know? So the self-blame is, there is no absolution in self-blame, in my opinion. Like, there's no forgiveness in taking fault for something, you know? That's kind of where I'm at. Like, if I was spending all of my energy taking fault for what I did in a situation and not using the energy that I had available to move forward on establishing my new, albeit temporary, home, I would still be stuck in a smoky apartment. You know? I would still be stuck and frozen, not being able to move forward and create a home for myself. And that's, you know, that's me. That's my experience. That's not going to be everybody's experience, but it is my experience. And I know for my sake, one of the big ways that I am coping right now is by moving forward. Like, I have absolutely had some rage over the fact that I'm, you know, stuck moving at a time that I do not want to be moving. I did not plan to be moving. And here I am having to pack up my whole life unexpectedly and be out of my apartment in a month. You know? But now there's a clean basement for me to live in. You know? And so I definitely put some energy into rage cleaning the basement a little bit. But now there's a place for me to live. You do need a tiger croissant emote. You should get a tiger croissant emote for your channel. That'd be cute. Yeah. Healing from mental trauma does a lot to let us evolve. Absolutely. It's the middle. Deer clops? Deer clops. Are you kidding me? Where is it? Where is Deerclops? More importantly, where is the dragonfly? I walked by Dragonfly. Where is she? I think I'm too far south now. She's somewhere over here in this magma area. But yeah, evolution that happens from healing traumas is huge, dear. Absolutely huge. Yeah, job hunting right now is abysmal. Noob, I like that. It's only tangentially related, but we've had a lot of medical and other emergencies in the family. And with only 5 people, somehow all of us are standing and healthy. Were there ways to avoid things, to do better? Maybe. But with all the things that happened, we considered ourselves very lucky in unlucky times. And sometimes that's the best we can do. You know? Sometimes it's just getting through a bad situation in the best way possible. But that's huge. Vampy, I'm glad you're having a good time with your Kickstarter. The dramatic Kickstarter. Yeah, being able to make the most of a bad situation is a big deal. It's a big deal. Where is Deerclops? Help. It's coming to get me. I don't know where it is. I'm trying to lead it into the other boss's territory so that they can fight each other. Here we go. All right. I have a little bit of light because of the thermal stone. This is the first orange gem I've picked up, too. Yeah. That's a huge step forward, dear. Have a good lurk, Tipsy. All right. I feel like I remember that title, Vampy. Ah, no. I didn't want to get into this fight. No! Rip. And we sent off the hounds, too. Heck. But yeah, the it's your problem now because I'm dead. I feel like I've seen that title before. Hilarious. Okay, I heard Deerclops. I have no idea where Deerclops spawned in, though. So we're going to kind of scope around while I am a ghost to see if I can find... There we go. So here's Deerclops. Deerclops is here. And Dragonfly is over here, I think. So what I want to do is kite them together so that they fight each other. That's the goal. That's the goal. That's the goal. We want to kite those two bosses together so that they fight each other. Dear, I think Churney smiled more days than less so far. I smile every day. That doesn't mean it's not a crappy day. I can smile and still have a crappy day. I've been in customer service. Oh, see, that's the thing that gets a lot of people. I can be absolutely depressed and still laugh and smile. You know, I can have the worst day I've ever had and still smile. And that freaks people out. Because there are people who don't understand that. But it's something that I have had to do. It's the dark humor. I mean, it's not separate from the dark humor, that's for sure. But it's also just a skill I have had to do. It's a skill that I have had to cultivate. It's a load-bearing structure. The dark humor is a load-bearing structure, yeah. Makes sense to me. See, I have resting approachable face, Vampy. I don't have RBF. Apparently. It's not method acting. Method acting is something else. As someone who actually studied method acting. It's called acting, though. Yes. Some would even call it masking. Good luck, Leaked Prism. Yeah. Method is interesting. And in modern times, method acting has skewed a little bit in terms of how people use it and how people mean it as a phrase. To include things that are not actually method acting. All right. So we're just going to freeze. Trying to get back to where we were. That's halfway across the stinking map. I might not be able to make it in half a heart. We will see. No! Trapped. Trapped. Thank goodness for the... Oh, no! No, leave me alone, Marauder. Leave me alone. Yeah, see, I'm at 8 health now because it's cold. It's a problem. It's a problem. All right, where are we going here? Too far off to one side, so let's go this way. But yeah, I have tried to cultivate RBF, and even then, even still, I will get asked anything and everything in a public store. Sometimes before asking if I work there. Sometimes after. But that's rare. Apparently, I look like I belong everywhere. I don't know. Yeah, like a little bit of method acting can be fun, and it can be very effective. But there is a quote unquote method acting that has started happening that is usually it is applied in a way that is more often than not just an excuse to be cruel to their fellow stage folk. And it's like, okay, that's not method acting at that point. That's just dangerousness and an excuse to be shitty to people. Not worth it. Oh, it's a bishop. It's so rare that I see the clockwork bishops. So many of my world spawns have had clockwork knights, but not clockwork bishops, that I forget that they exist. Alright, where is my gear? I need to find my gear. Is this magma? Thank you. I would like to not be freezing for a hot second here. Alright. When I am masking, my resting face is very approachable, says Arden, and sometimes looks concerned or confused. And when I let my face fully relax, I look like I'm going to murder someone. Yeah. Yeah. There was a TikTok trend a while back of like show your customer service face. I think that video might still be up on my account actually. I was like, yeah, I have, 20 odd years of acting experience, like a decade of customer service experience. And I have the ability to just flip a switch, and God, the reach on Dragonfly is ridiculous. All right, where's Deerclops? Come here. Come here, Deerclops. Almost 4,000 HP. Probably actually 4,000 HP. And then we have Dragonfly over here. That was so effective, you guys. That was so effective. That was such a long journey to come back to the desert. To die again. Look at me and my effectiveness in my gaming. Hashtag professional gamer. Bruh. Several times throughout my childhood, I would just be chilling and zoning out, and one of my parents would just say, "Oh, if looks could kill." And I would be very confused because I wasn't making a face. I wasn't giving a look. That's just my face. Yeah. At least you didn't starve? Yeah, I guess, Vampy. I suppose. Ugh. Good grief. Here we are. Traipsing across the world again. At least there's a touchstone here. That's something. How far am I? Very far. I am very far. We need to find Pip. No! Killer bees! Rip! I wasn't paying attention to where I was going. Help! Stay away! No! Ah! Grief. What is even going on? Now I'm freezing again, of course. So now we have to go get closer to the magma. Am I playing on an Australia map or something? No. Come here, dear Clups. Come here.
I'm doing so well.
Oh, come
Professional
on!
streamer here. We're doing a great job.
Y'all were so close. Aggro each other. Finally. Thank you, Nob Nob. Your sound was perfect timing. Thank you so much. So, Dragonfly has 29,000 health. Deerclops has 4,000 health. So, this is going to be a very one-sided battle. And there's going to be equipment that I cannot get to. Because I am definitely not prepared for a Dragonfly battle. But yeah, Deerclops is doing a lot of stun locking. I can't see... I have a mod, by the way, that's giving me the health bar up at the top. So I can only see the Deerclops health bar, not the Dragonfly health bar. But... this is delightful. I don't think that all bosses will aggro each other. But the fact that these two do is kind of funny to me. And there's Deerclops. The enemy, in this case, the enemy of my enemy is my enemy. Yes. Thankfully, yes. Goodness. There's going to be a bunch of equipment there that I would really like to have, but... I think it's going to be too much of a risk. I think it's going to be too much of a risk. Winter is almost over, though. So then it will be rainy season. I wonder if I could wake up Queen Bee. How do I awaken Queen Bee? Can I haunt the touchstone? I can haunt the touchstone. I cannot revive. Where am I? Where's the postern? Now that I have to go all the way back to the postern. Pretty much directly north from here now. Hammer the giant beehive until it breaks? Well, I have stuff for a hammer. I don't know if I can kite the queen bee all the way to the desert, but I want to try. We're just doing weird shit today and Don't Starve. Because it's where my brain is right now. We're just going to try stuff. We're just going to mess around. Have a good time. Be silly. Because why not? Well, that reminds me I need to prep because we're going to be heading out here in about 15 minutes. Nope, I missed. Do, 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 do. Well, good news. I'll get back to the florid postern at about sunrise, so that's good. We can pick these veggies while I'm here. Make some food. That'll be handy. And I bet that the thermal stone that I had is also gone. So let's make a little food. Let's make a thermal stone. Light the fire. You got back to a game that you used to play a bunch recently? What game are you playing? Now I'm curious. Endless Online. Not a game that I am familiar with. What's the format? Do I want to try having some armor? Yeah, let's give it a shot. Why not? Why not? You download the game from its website and sounds useful. Oh my god. I forgot the hammer. Knob knob. Knob knob, why did you let me leave without the hammer? Classic, massive online roleplay game. Like, in the same vein as RuneScape, or... You didn't say it out loud. That's why. Thank you, Nom Nom. Well, heck. Similar but very different to RuneScape. Okay. But like same era of MMO. Like original RuneScape? Or not original, we're talking about RuneScape. Original Guild Wars? Older than that? You know what I get a craving to go play every once in a while, which I find very funny, is the Two Towers Online. Does anybody else remember that old mud? It is a text-based role-playing game. There is another one that's more modern that is very similar. What's it called? Dragonscape? Is that what I'm thinking of? That is another text-based RPG. But every once in a while, my brain is like, hey, remember playing the Two Towers? Remember that? That was fun. We should play that again. I'm like, okay, but why? Firstly, there are other games that we can play of a similar design that have, like, quality of life improvements. And secondly, there's so many other games to play right now. Why is it that that's what I want to do? Don't ask me. I don't know. I do not know. 2001? No. I'm sorry, my eyes weren't glued to Twitch when I have work to do. Gosh. What do you mean? What do you mean you have stuff to do that's not just participate in the Twitch chat? Sounds fake. Sounds fake.
A new follower.
Hello and welcome to our newest villager. I hope you're having a good day out there, at least as good a one as you can hope for. We do have anonymous follows here in Mountain Shade Village, so if you want to just hang out, lurk, enjoy the vibes, feel free. If you want to jump into the chat and introduce yourself, you can do that too. Entirely up to you. I wish it were fake. I have zero motivation to work on it this week. Yeah, that's fair. Hello! Welcome in! How did you find us today? Are you also a fan of Don't Starve? Were we just scrolling through? Was I on your recommended feed? I'm always curious to know. I'm always curious to know. Also, don't forget to grab yourself a torch for today from the channel points, if you would like. That's our collectible currency here in Mountain Shade Village. All right. We're going to do one more long walk to the desert here, so I can probably die again. And then I think that's it for today. I think that's going to be it for today. Because I want to see if I can collect anything that I've left. Just finished your Celestial Champion boss rush and wanted to watch people play Don't Starve together. That's awesome. Well done. See, when it comes to survival craft games, I can be really bad about actually finishing the objectives of the game. So I've been tooling around in Don't Starve together, just enjoying the gameplay loop and doing lots of silly stuff recently. And unfortunately, due to a recent glitch with my Steam client, I lost my long-term game of 780-something days. And so now we're starting all over again. And I'm getting to know a new map. But I definitely enjoy getting to play this game and just tool around and be silly and have a good time. So, congratulations again on defeating the Celestial Champion. It's awesome. But yeah, I spend a lot of time just in the sort of early to mid gameplay loop, just collecting stuff, building stuff, having a good time. Especially today, with everything that's been going on with me lately, just tooling around and having a silly time is exactly what I needed. So, that's what I'm doing. And it's a good time. All right, where was... There it is. Ages away from me is where it is. So we're going to try doing something particularly ridiculous. And we're going to try summoning Queen Bee and kiting her over to go fight Dragonfly. On day 34. We just had Deerclops fight Dragonfly, so heaven knows what will happen. Only time will tell. And of course we get hounds right now.
A new follower.
Get out of here with these hounds. Hello and welcome to our newest follower. We do have anonymous follows turned on, so if you want to hang out, lurk, enjoy the vibes, you're welcome to do so. If you feel like hopping in and introducing yourself to the community, you can do that too.
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is greatly appreciated.
Well, hello there. Coming in with a Prime sub. I hope you enjoy the potion.
Less than 3.
31 heckin' months. It has been a long time. So welcome back. I hope you enjoy your continued and refilled potion here in Mountain Shade Village. How have your journeys been away from the mountain? This would be a lot easier if I had Abigail right now. Ah! Why did the hound just stop chasing me when the killer bees came out? Can you guys aggro each other, please? There we go. Some of you are fighting. Excellent. You have returned to the internet. Welcome back to the internet. It is a silly place. Set with all reference to Camelot. Hounds was not what I needed right now. What just hit me? I wasn't close to anything. How did I just take damage? Excuse. For crying out loud. I do not have a weapon on me right now. There's a sapling. Let's get this axe in hand here. Build this campfire so I'm no longer freezing. Yeah, I see you. You fight each other. Fight the bees. Don't fight me. Fight the bees. That's it. Perfect. Perfection. There we go.
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is greatly appreciated.
Amazing. Did everybody's prime revive on the...
Jenye Light.
Amazing. Amazing. 26 heckin' months. 26 heckin' months. Thank you so much. You guys, like, I can't thank you enough for the support right now. Like, I am really nervous about getting through this month. So thank you guys very much for the support. I've talked a little bit about how the raised monthly goal is going to be applied to my upcoming expenses and stuff and things like that. But that you guys want to come in here and get a monthly subscription and enjoy the ad-free viewing and the emotes and everything, it means a lot. I appreciate it a great deal. So thank you very much for helping to support and apparently kicking off a hype train before we're about to go for the day. Hilarious. Of course, now it's nighttime. I could have planned this better. I absolutely could have planned this better.
A generous bestowal.
We're gonna just have the most dangerous of boss fights. I could have planned that so much better. All right.
A generous bestowal.
Hey! Hey! Who said? Arden and Nob Nob, thank you very much for the bits. Has been safe. I recently had a house fire. So I don't know that we would consider that safe. So no. I have no one's been injured. No one there were no like physical damages. We had a bunch of smoke damage that's being taken care of, but yeah. No, like I posted about it on social media and stuff. Like it's been a whole thing. So no, I wouldn't really consider that safe. Welcome back, Prism. But yeah, like, yeah. No, that was like a week ago. When was it? 2 weeks ago now. Yeah, on the 20th. I was on stream when it happened. Ugh. But yeah, I've posted some updates in the server and things like that. So I just want to wait until it's daybreak before I end this, now that my sanity is shot. But yeah. So yeah. But yeah, I've been putting stuff up on Blue Sky and Threads every here and there, and we're getting ready for the Queer Summer Campathon, which is me camping. That's why the title yesterday was LARPing all day, every day, because I feel like I'm camping out in a cave right now. But yeah, so I'm in the middle of moving house and doing all of that kind of stuff, and it's a wild time. But all of that being said, and having said that, it is about time for us to head out into the wide world of Twitch. So keep an eye out over on the Discord as always. Schedule forecast will be headed your way soon, hopefully. We've got we had a hangout last night. We have Chillax Time, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and Vibes in the Discord tonight. Tomorrow, I am going to be doing the big pack out at my old apartment to get as much of my stuff out of there as possible with the insurance company's stuff. So the big move is going to be happening tomorrow. We'll see if I can hop on for a little bit in the evening. I don't know. But we will see. Next week's stream schedule is going to be all over the place. I know I will not be around Tuesday and Wednesday because I have shifts with Second Job. but I'm going to try and sneak in some more streams next week. Saturday, we've got Sword Art Online in the morning and afternoon cartoon block at 2:30 Central Time, and who knows what will be next. So keep an eye out for all of that.
Our modest fellowship
Nerd Boy,
expands.
welcome in. Thank you
Praise
so
the
much
sub.
for the gifted sub. I greatly appreciate it. Halfway to today's sub quest. Thank
Chaotic
you
Good Boy
to
gifted
Apollo
a tier
Vera
1
yet
sub to
again
Marco
for the
Nassoon.
donation between streams. And I think that's about it. If you haven't grabbed your torch for the day, don't forget to do that now before we head out. And I am going to send you guys over to the lovely and wonderful Nyx Flair, who is a professional author and is doing some 40 and 10 co-working vibes for her birthday. So we're going to go over and say hi to Nyx Flair. As always, grab those raid emotes. Let me know that you are ready to go out into the wide world of Twitch and share some love out there. And I am going to go talk to a bunch of people in civic buildings and see if I can get all of my new paperwork that I have to spend like $250 on. I'm so excited. But in the meantime, and as always, my name is Churney. These have been my adventures. I hope each and every one of you keeps adventuring as well. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I will catch you next time right here in Mountain Shade Village. Keep adventuring, everybody. I'll see you soon.